How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another FPL video. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and by that I mean Boxing Day fixture madness, as well as using a chip in FPL with double game weeks to come. I've seen a lot of free hits already activated for the game week, with the news of the Liverpool game being postponed, and I'm very likely to follow suit. I haven't hit the activation button just yet, but I'm very likely to. Today, we will look at what I feel is the best free hit team for Gameweek 19, which is also my team selection. If you haven't already seen it yet, I've released 2 videos in the last few days packed with vital information. In the first video, I went through 2 scenarios with you, one being either a double Gameweek 21 and a double Gameweek 22, or the more likely scenario, as I've explained, being a double Gameweek 22 and all the fixtures that we're likely to get based on these 2 scenarios. In video 2, I went through 3 chip strategies that I believe are the most optimum after we found out that we will be getting an additional free hit as announced by FPL. So if you haven't watched these videos yet, I've added a link in the description below and on the end screen of this video. Taking all that information in, let's now look at the best free hit team for Gameweek 19. Just a quick roundup on Gameweek 18 for those of you interested, and I finished on 58 points from 8 players, as well as a captaincy blank, and I had a very tiny red arrow where I've dropped from about 11.4k to 11.7k. And if you were to tell me that I would only have 8 players available and finish on 58 points with the game week average being 39 points and finish on a very tiny red arrow, I was 100% taking that. And in the cup, I had another W. And surprisingly and shockingly enough, this is the furthest that I have ever been in the FPL Cup, which is the 4th round. Now let's get on to what you're really here for, which is the best free hit team for Gameweek 19. Now let's start off with why you should or shouldn't use the free hit. So this is my team at the moment, and it's an absolute shit show. I've got triple Liverpool, who are all blanking, as well as Dennis. And I now have other doubts in the team. Kyle Walker, who is now unfit. Just 2 game weeks ago, Pep came out and said that all players besides Ferran Torres was fit, and as we know, the man talks absolute shit, so you can't believe anything he says going forward. I don't even know why he does press conferences anymore. I also have another doubt in Antonio. He is recovering from COVID, and with the new regulations, he may be able to play this game week, but will he play? We don't actually know how well he has recovered or not. I also have Phil Foden, and according to Pep, is he still a naughty boy, or will he be playing this game week? And I now have Smith Rowe, who could also be called Lord Divock Origi, since he's coming off the bench and scoring game after game now. And I've also heard rumors that the Chelsea and Aston Villa game is a slight doubt as well, which would leave me with next to no players in my team. If you can field a decent team of, I'd say about 10 players with up to a -8, and just remember, you have no other doubts in your team, okay? If you can field a team of 10, taking a -8 with no other doubts in your team, like Kyle Walker and Antonio and, you know, just stuff like that, then I'd say don't use the free hit. Just take a hit or 2 and try and field an amazing team. The only issue I have with that is that you will likely be selling Mo Salah, right? And you will be spreading the funds. You're either going to bring in Ronaldo or Son, because those are the 2 best captaincy options for the game week. And my issue with that is that once you sell Salah and spread the funds, you won't be able to get him back in game week 20, where I feel he is the best captaincy option. And Liverpool will likely be getting a double Gaming22 as well after their fixture was now postponed. And if it were my team, if I was selling Salah, I would also be selling Dennis because he doesn't have a game. And Watford could possibly even get a triple game week in the near future, or a double gaming 21 and 22. So it's not ideal to sell Dennis. So in my case, using the free hit is the most optimum strategy for the game week. And I saw a tweet a little earlier from FPL Focal. I'll read that out to you now. He has said that 1.9 million managers have already used their free hit, which means 22% of the FPL managers in the game have already used their free hit. In the top 10k, and this one applies to me specifically, 794 managers, which is 7.9%, have already used their free hit. And from that, Salah plus Trent are both owned by over 99%, and Jota is at 86% ownership. So there is a very massive upside in a Game Week 19 free hit. So if I were to free hit, and I say if I were to, I think I'm 99% sure that I will be free hitting this game week. This is the team that I will likely field. It's the best team that I believe you can have for the game week. You know what? I will be keeping Phil Foden in that team. So let's clear everyone here. Alonso, Trent, Walker, Livramento. So off my current team, I would be keeping just Lacazette, Phil Foden, and Cancelo. Let's start with up top. And we have to go with Ronaldo, who I believe is possibly the best captaincy option for the game week. And Harry Kane. In midfield, I am going with Jared Bowen, Son Heung-min. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks quite good. And you just cannot pass up on the opportunity at the moment on getting Martinelli. He's playing out of position in an Arsenal team against Norwich, and it's a fixture you just have to attack. On the free hit, usually I would go with a very strong starting 11 with quite a weak bench. But with the COVID fixture postponements at the moment, we don't actually know what's going on until the very last moment. Fixtures are even getting postponed after the deadline, which is crazy. So I am going to try and field a possible starting 15, the best 15 that I can get with the money that I have in my squad. Sure, the bench will be slightly weaker than my starting 11, but as long as they're all playing, that's all that I want. And to round up the midfield, I'm going to go to Ramsey just based on budget. If I had a little bit more money, I would possibly go with Mbumo, but I don't. We can have a look and see, but I don't think that I will make that. So I've gone very top heavy, and that's something we haven't seen this season. So I'm quite excited to be going with Lacazette, Ronaldo, and Kane up top. Midfield of Bowen, Son, Martinelli, Ramsey, and Foden. And let's start with my goalkeeper pairing. And I will go with De Gea and Sanchez. In defense, I'm going to go with Reguilon. Who else? Kieran Tierney. So I will be playing a 3-4-3 formation with my back three being Reguilon, Tierney, and Cancelo. And my bench options are going to be Soufal, quite a decent fixture against Southampton, and Diogo Dalot for Man United. So this, for me, is the best free hit team that I could come up with. I'm not sure if you came up with something better than this. I'm sure quite a few of you want to get in Kevin De Bruyne instead of Harry Kane. So let's see what a team with De Bruyne would look like instead of Harry Kane. So that would mean going with a 3-5-2 formation. Let's go with De Bruyne. And so up top, like I said, we want to go with a starting 15 players that are likely to feature. And at 4.8 mil, you're not going to get a starting striker. You'd have to go with Broja up top, which means we are now lacking 0.3 mil. And to get that 0.3 mil, you have two options. You either go for Mason Mount, okay, or Bernardo Silva. I know quite a few of you have gone off Bernardo now, as he's gone on a very quiet streak, but he could come good again, who even knows. This is another option, so that's the third option for the free hit. But like I said, if it were my team, I'm going with Harry Kane up top, as both Kane and Son looked very good against Liverpool. Yeah, Phil Foden and Ramsey. So yeah, that's the best 15 that I can come up with. Let me know in the comments if you've come up with a better free hit team. And also let me know if you are free hitting, or if you will be using your free hit in Double Gaming 22 and you will be taking a hit or two this game week. How many players are you likely to field this game week using a hit or two? I'm quite interested to know that. As you've seen, I've got barely any team. So that rounds up the video. This was a very impromptu video, so I do want to apologize if you've heard any coughing in the background. My fiance and I have just finished our COVID isolation period, so we're not 100% there just yet, but we're doing well. Please give the video a like if you haven't yet. It goes a really long way in helping the channel grow. And if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing as well. I've attached links to the other videos mentioned earlier in the description below and on the end screen, so do check that out. Merry Christmas everyone. I hope you all have a lovely day. Good luck for the game week, and remember to FPL responsibly.